You reclaim your power when you become unlooshable. What does this actually mean? You might have heard of loosh harvesting, maybe terms like black goo. And essentially, this is the collective emotional charge that comes from negativity, that comes from fear, scarcity, the illusion of separation and limitation. And the simulation entirely depends on this loosh in order to survive. Because the matrix was never a place, it's a paradigm. You don't escape the matrix. It exists because you are feeding it. As a matter of fact, the entities that control this realm, that have been enslaving humanity for a long time, entirely depend on this loosh in order to survive. They have lost their direct connection to source, their ability to generate light and life force to create. They feed off of humanity's loosh. And so when you consciously choose to stop feeding it, it loses its power over you. You reclaim your power, your ability to create the reality that you want to experience. The simulation will try over and over and over to throw challenges and things your way to convince you that this is all there is. Wars, scarcity, financial collapse, everything that tells you that you are powerless and that life is just what it is. But this couldn't be further away from the truth. Your attention is your ultimate currency. What you focus on is what grows. So if you continue feeding your life force and your attention, your energy to things that you don't want to experience, they're going to continue happening. They're going to continue being part of your reality because that is the lens you're seeing through. But when you choose to shift your perception, the lens that you're seeing life through, and you refuse to nurture and feed that illusion and that version of reality, something really powerful happens. I recently tweeted about this with one of those viruses that had been circling around, and maybe I'll put an image here somewhere. It went super viral because a lot of people resonated with this message. And I said, the moment nobody gave it attention, it disappeared very quickly. And this works for everything else. So when you become unlooshable, you refuse to be harvested. You use your life force and your creative energy intentionally to create the reality that you do want to experience. So my invitation to you today is to affirm, I am unlooshable. I refuse to let the simulation harvest my powerful creative energy in order to create more chaos, more darkness, more suffering. I'm going to consciously choose to direct intentionally that energy to create abundance, love, peace, harmony, unity. Because New Earth is not a place we arrive to. It's something that we create, that we are actively building through our intentions, through our choices, our actions. So I invite you to ask yourself where you are directing your energy, your attention. What are you feeding? What reality are you actively creating through your mind, through your emotions? And if you want to experience a higher version of reality, you have the power within you to project it in front of you. So my message to you today is to come back to remembrance, to acknowledge that you are the creator of your reality, that every single person is experiencing a completely different version of it because we're all seeing through different lenses. And the one you choose is the one that you get to experience. I don't care what your 3D circumstances look like right now. I want you to decide that that is not your reality. That is not what you want to experience. And when you do that, you create space for possibility. Remember, 3D is if I see it, I believe it. But 5D is if I believe it, I see it. So come back to your knowing, come back to your inner power, to your sovereignty, and actually actively choose what you want to create.